ship was now in the midst of the sea, tossed with waves, for the wind was contrary. And in the fourth watch of the night, went unto them, walking on the sea. And when the disciples saw him walking on the sea, they were troubled, saying, It is a spirit. And they cried out for fear. But straightway spake unto them, saying, Be of good cheer, it is I, be not afraid. And Peter answered him and said, Lord, if it be thou, bid me come unto thee on the water. And he said, Come. And when Peter was come down out of the ship, he walked on the water to go to them. But when he saw the wind boisterous, he was afraid, and beginning to sink, he cried, saying, Lord, save me. And immediately he stretched forth his hand, and caught him, and said unto him, O thou of little faith, wherefore didst thou doubt? And when they were come into the ship, the wind ceased. And they that were in the ship came, and worshipped him, saying, Of a truth, thou art the Son of God. And how sayest thou then, Show us the Father? Believest thou not that I am in the Father, and the Father in me? The words that I speak unto you, I speak not of myself, but the Father that dwelleth in me, he doeth the works. Believe me that I am in the Father, and the Father in me, or else believe me for the very works' sake. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that believeth on me, the works that I do shall he do also, and greater works than these shall he do, because I go unto my Father. And whatsoever he shall ask in my name, that will I do, that the Father may be glorified in the Son. If ye shall ask anything in my name, I will do it. If ye love me, keep my commandments, and I will pray the Father, and he shall give you another Comforter, that he may abide with you forever.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Kakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples to us younger brothers. And peace and blessings and salutations. Hopefully, look out there pushing his word in truth and in sincerity across the four winds. In the name of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful elect, the believers, all right, the listeners who may have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh by Shema Shai. All right, and what I want to get into today, okay, during the walk and talk, is going into here what the Spirit say unto the churches, okay, and it's a reference, all right, of Yahweh Shai, you know, appearing in the vision to John the Revelator on the Isle of Patmos, and Yahweh Shai was giving instructions, all right, to John, okay, about, you know, he pretty much, John was supposed to be Yahweh Shai, was basically Yahweh Shai's messenger to the churches, the 7 churches of Asia Minor, okay, which those churches are back today, all right, and within those messages you had correction, you had rebuke, you had amendments, you had exhortation, okay? You had Yahweh Shai, you know, pushing, you know, the reward of the kingdom, you know, as we always go into. So, there's a lot, you know, being said, you know, in the book of Revelation to those churches. Okay, those first, you know, 3 chapters of Revelation was Yahweh Shai addressing the churches through John, okay? And what we have to understand, the times that we coming into now, is that the Spirit, okay, of Yahweh by Shema Shai is going to start dealing on another level, because we're coming to a time to where you know, we're going to find ourselves have to be more dependent on Yahweh Bashim Al Shai as this place continues to get more chaotic, all right, more violent, you know, and ultimately this place is going to be taken down, you know. So in the midst of this transition of kingdoms, you know, from Esau, Edom unto Jacob, all right, we're coming into some very heavy times, and the Spirit is going to be dealing. Okay, so let's get a few precepts, and then we'll get into their revelations. When you get to Psalms 46:1, it says, "The Most High is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble." So the Lord, okay, is finna be, as the left hand gets more and more activated, as we see Esau pushing out all these heavy enchantments on the left hand side, because pretty much Esau is becoming more and more, you know, open, you know, with his Satanism. Okay, he's becoming more and more all right, you know, visible, okay, on the left hand side. Like you see the Olympics, you know, the ritual he did at the Olympics, certain statues, you know, he's putting up. You know, Yahshua One have been going into it lately, going into that priesthood on the left hand side. Well, the Lord has been raising his men up to be the priesthood on the right hand side. Okay, and what we're going to see is that as Esau revs up on the left hand, Yahweh Bashim Al Shai is going to rev up on the right hand. So the Lord is going to be dealing with his church, you know, more intimate. Okay, because we're in a time where we're going to have to be guided. All right, let's get that real quick. I want to get that word guide. This is 2nd Ezra 16, and get to the point. It says here, this 2nd Ezra 16:74. It says, "Hear, O ye, my beloved, saith the Lord, behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same." Okay, so the scriptures constantly warn us about the days of trouble, Jacob's trouble, okay, the time of great tribulation, but then he promised that he's going to deliver us from the same. So the Lord, okay, is going to be hands-on in preserving his people from the times to come, okay, and we have to expect miracles, man. And what's happening now, you know, I know you brothers, you sisters, even you sisters might can attest, is that, you know, the Lord is like the Spirit is dealing very specific, you know, with how he want each of us to move. Because remember, we all, our Jacob's trouble, everybody's Jacob's trouble is going to be different, but it's going to be the same power guiding us through all these different situations and circumstances, man. Okay, and what the Lord is doing now, he's getting us keen to understanding what the Spirit wants. You know, like we should be developing the awareness to know, you know, when the Spirit wants us, you know, to fall back, when the Spirit gives us a green light, okay, you know, the Spirit, you know, it wants us in a certain way, you know, each brother according to their portion, each sister according to their lot. The Spirit, you know, wants us to be moving in a certain way, you know.
I think
you come to a time where certain things you gotta cut off, certain things we gotta do more. We know everybody across the board, hey, we always gotta pray more, you know. And that's the thing too, like we get in these situations, you know, the Lord want us to pray with specifications, man, asking what we want, you know, constantly asking the Lord to show us what he's trying to show us, man. And as we pray, you know, I know lately as I've been praying about a particular thing, the Lord is just constantly just throw it in my face how he want me to move, you know, whether it's a, you know, a billboard, okay, whether it's somebody's license plate, okay, confirmation from brothers, you know, dreams, you know, the Lord, hey, the Spirit is dealing, you know, and that's why we need time to be separated from this world as much as possible, man. Okay, we should try to purify our vessels as much as possible, man. You know, the way we, the way, all right, that we, you know, distance ourselves from this society, from these people. And that's another thing, the Spirit. And I say every brother, every sister is different, you know, but just using myself for an example. The spirit really I just not been around nobody outside the brothers in my immediate family like that. You know, the spirit really, been having me isolated, man. You know, outside of that, the brothers in the immediate family, these live streams, these videos, incorporating, reading a little more, especially right before bed, okay, replacing, the reading, with, the phone, okay. But yeah, man, the Lord, all right, really, just has it to where I've been isolated lately. And the Lord, he dealing just as he deal with all, the believers, man, the brothers, okay? And we're in a time to where we need to be as close as possible to our power, man. Okay, we should all be cleaving, man. And the Lord dealing with, you just look at brothers and see that the Lord dealing on a different frequency, man. How brothers moving, how brothers reacting, how brothers teaching, how brothers, becoming more dead to this world. Like, you can see it on brothers, man. So reading on, it says here, back in 2nd Ezra 16:74 says, "Hear, O ye my beloved, said the Lord, behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same. Be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for the Most High is your guide." Okay, Yahweh Shema Shai is going to be our guide. In order for us to be guided, we have to listen to the instructions. Okay, we have to pay attention to. We have to submit to the Lord's instructions, man. In order for, all right, someone or something to be guided, it has to submit to instructions. So when you go here to guide, it says, this is definition. You just Google definitions. It says a person who advises or shows the way, okay, to others. All right. It says, in the verb, it says to show or indicate the way, all right, to someone, to direct or have an influence on the course of action, all right, of something, all right, of someone or something, okay. And Yahweh Shema Shai, okay, he's going to be the one guiding us. Remember, going back to an X factor, okay. So the Lord's going to be guiding his elect in this time, okay. The Spirit going to be dealing on the higher level, guiding us through this chaos, this Jacob's trouble. Okay, and we gotta trust in it. See, and we're being conditioned to trust the Spirit now. And we know when the Spirit is telling us something, man. We know when the Spirit is telling us we're drinking too much. When the Spirit is telling us we eat too much. When the Spirit is telling us, okay, we spending too much time watching BS. Okay, we you see. And on the flip side, the Spirit can tell us like, okay, go, the Spirit tell you take a break too, man. Go reset. You see, because we can be, too high in the Spirit, and the Spirit will tell, it set something up to where we ground ourselves, man. But all in all, it's about us obeying the Spirit, because that's what's gonna be guiding us, man. The Spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai. Okay, and it says when you go into the synonyms, it says to direct, to control, to manage, to steer. Okay, and the only way we can be steered is if we submit, to the instructions. Okay, we submit, okay, of what the Spirit is saying. Okay, just like when the juice came out, it wasn't a direct precept. It said, don't take the juice. Okay, but the Spirit, you can tell the Spirit was harping on that, not to do it. Okay, start with the apostles and elders on down. Okay, all the brothers in the same Spirit had the same stance on that, man. All right, and that was the Spirit, guiding us through that situation, man. Okay, and it's going to happen on a whole nother level in the times to come. That's why you get here. This Psalm 91, all right, which this is the time we're coming into, all right. Let's go here. I started at 9, getting to the point. Psalm 91 and 9, it says, because thou hast made the Lord, which is my refuge, even the Most High, thy habitation. And see, this is what we're doing now. Okay, during this grace period, we're dwelling in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. You know, because where you dwell, you know, it's where you spend a lot of time at. Okay, and the spirit is is demanding more of our time. You know, each brother according to their portion, but the spirit is demanding more of our time. Okay, that's why, you know, from beginning with the apostles and the elders, they've been pushing, you know, pretty much living like a minimalist, man. You know, and like I say, each brother according to their portion, you know, because at the same time, there's nothing, you know, wrong, all right, with you know, when enjoying yourself, you know, from time to time, all right. But we know the bulk of our time, hey, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua is requiring more of it, man. Because even John the Baptist, okay, what did he say? How he must increase, but I must decrease, and that he being Yahweh Shai. So our life, you know, the longer that the Lord allows us to be in this faith, okay, the more our life, you know, should be centered around Yahweh Shai, okay, and what's to come, okay, because the things that, all the ambitions of this world, you know, that we had before the truth, and, you know, we still have to maintain our situation. So there's a level of obligation, you know, that we have to have to this world, you know. But what happens is things, you know, our obligation to this world, you know, begin to decrease, and our obligation to Yahweh Shai begins to increase. Okay? Each brother, you know, according to their balance, all right, the portion that the Lord has for them, but we should all be on that trend, you know, of decreasing this world and increasing Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. Okay? And it's not just on camera, but we should be on fire off camera as well. Okay? Where discipline, you know, is a 24/7 thing. Okay? Because we're only on, you know, we're on camera, you know, some brothers, you know, 30 minutes a day, an hour, 2 hours, okay? You know, sometimes 3 hours depending, you know, a day, you know, give or take for each, you know, for different brothers. But either way, we still have the bulk of our time in this truth is off camera. So that's when the spirit is speaking the most, you know, when we to ourselves, you know, as we on our individual walk, that's when the spirit is dealing, you know, the most and guiding us, man, you know. And like I say, we should be coming kin to being guided by the spirit. Okay, let's get that word kin, and then we'll go back into that Psalms. All right, let's get this word kin, which we always go into it. What the hell is it? Let me see. Here we go. All right, so it's that word kin. All right, a king. All right, how we gonna pronounce it? It says of a sense. Okay, highly developed. Okay, highly developed. So we should have a highly developed, you know, spiritual ear. You know, a highly developed spiritual eye, so we can hear and see, okay, what the spirit is saying. Okay, sometimes the spirit speaks to the body, sometimes the spirit speaks to the individual. Okay, but we should become highly developed in our spiritual ears and our spiritual sight. Okay, we should be picking up on certain patterns. Okay, we should see, you know, because sometimes, you know, the spirit is talking when you have something planned, and then the spirit intervenes. We have to ask ourselves, okay, that's done happened 2 times now, what the spirit is saying. Oh, and then we can make the adjustments to be in sync with the spirit, you know, of Yahweh Bashim Al Shai. Okay? And it starts with, like I say, separating more and more from this world. All right? We're going to get back to that. I want to get this. So we just rolling in the spirit, man. This is Romans 12:1. It says, I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of the Most High, that you present your body a living sacrifice, wholly acceptable unto the Most High, which is your reasonable service. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove, okay, or test, or to try out, okay? And we learn, we get familiar with the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Al Shai through trial and error, okay? As we mature in this faith, we get that experience. That's why nothing can replace the experience, man. Okay? A brother can naturally, you know, have a good memory, can retain information and convey it, have the gift to do that, but nothing can replace real-time experience, man. Okay? So, this matter of fact, let's go to the word prove, you know, and that comes with, you know, trial and error, you know. So get this word prove.
Strong's G 1381. Dokimazo.
Yep, dokimazo. And it says to test, to examine, to prove, to scrutinize, to see whether a thing is genuine or not. To recognize as genuine after examination, to approve, to deem worthy. So that comes from experiencing this thing to where we get familiar, all right, with the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Al Shai, and we start to understand, okay, our individual purpose, and then we start to understand the individual whole, you know, the purpose for the whole. You know, because the more we understand our individual purpose, okay, then the bigger picture for everything else, you know, makes sense. You know, and that's why when you finish reading, it says that ye may prove what is good and acceptable and perfect will of the Most High. Okay, so we begin to understand the Most High's will perfectly, you know, as we constantly get familiar with the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Al Shai and what it likes and dislikes. You see? So we're in a time now where we really got to be guided more and more by the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Al Shai. All right? And so things are going to intensify. Okay? You see angels popping up at camp. Okay? Brothers having these visions. That's the spirit talking. The brother had that vision to where you know, it was a guy in the camp that took the sea hip. Okay, the Lord had to where, all right, when they was in a situation, you know, like a checkpoint, and they were checking for the sea hip. The Lord, you know, manipulated the situation in those brothers' favor. That's the spirit talking to the church, like, we're gonna be good. We just gotta believe, because the reason why those brothers were receiving favor because they didn't bend the knee. Okay, so that's the spirit talking to the whole church through their brother vision. You know, certain brothers have dreams and testimonies. That's the spirit talking to the church. Okay, we see, you know, these false teachers going haywire with these doctrines and shunning the name. That's the spirit teaching. You know, that's the spirit talking. Okay, and we pick up on these things, and that's why the spirit be having brothers to respond, you know, to particular things, because, hey, the Most High want that to be a topic, okay? Because the Most High, all right, he's bugging out, okay, those who he don't want. As it said, they shall wax worse and worse. But then he's doubling, he's having us being rooted, you know? Nothing but edification is coming out if you in the spirit. Nothing but understanding is coming out, man, if we in the spirit. Okay, if you confused now, hey, it's a great chance, man, the Lord not dealing. Okay? So, let's go back to Psalm 91 and 9. It says, because thou hast made the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai, which is my refuge, even the Most High, thy habitation, there shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. For he shall give his angels charge over thee to keep thee in all thy ways. Okay? So there's going to be angels, dispatched, okay, to the believers, okay, in all these different circumstances, and they're going to be manipulating things in our favor. Okay? The Lord gonna give angels charge over us, man. Okay? Was pretty much a decree to protect. Okay? So, hey, brothers might have, a vision of what to do. Okay? Just to go give them an example, man. Brother might have a vision of, what to do this week. Okay? Do this for 2 weeks, do this for a week, and then, So it's going to be instructions given out. That's why the Lord is sealing this thing off. And if you can't get in order because if we can't learn order in the grace period, we're not going to snap into it, in Jacob trouble. We need to be learning order now. Okay? We need to be learning trust now. Faith now. Okay? So, verse 12 says, they shall bear thee up in their hands, lest thou dash, thy foot against a stone. So that means that the Lord's going to have the angels, hands on, because he's going to be Yahweh Shai dispatching those angels. Okay? Because you go into, as we've been going into lately, Yahweh Shai has authority over the destinies of men. Okay? So you get that in St. John 10 and 20, Matthew, St. John 10 and 27. It says, my sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me. Because the sheep of Yahweh Shema Shai, which is the elect. Okay, the Lord, what's why Yahweh Shai, he that have ears to hear, let him hear. Because the elect are born with their ear.
I'm speaking for myself.
You see, the elect of Yahweh Shema Shai are born with their ear. Okay? So when things go out, there's a doctrine, okay, that the elect is programmed to follow. You see? It's predestinated, man. It's predetermined. All right, verse 28, it says, and I give unto them eternal life, and they shall never perish, neither shall any man pluck them out of my hand. So let's get this word. All right. Word hand in the Greek, which is kyer. Okay, and you go to the last definition. It says, in determining and controlling the destinies of men. Remember that word guide. One of the synonyms for God was to control. You see, matter of fact, let's just get it. Go back into. All right, so you go to the word guide. It says to direct or have an influence on the course of action of someone or something. And you go into one of the synonyms, what is it? Control. Okay, to lead. Okay, to oversee, to manipulate, to regulate, to counsel. Okay, to give counsel to give direction to. So we're going to be guided in these times. Okay, the Lord promised that he was going to guide us in the time of trouble. Okay, and it's going to take faith to follow their guidance, man. You see, when it was time, going back to Lot and his wife, the angel came and told. All right, first the angel blinded, them sodomites. okay, so that Lot and his family could get out of there. You know, that was the Lord dispatching those angels to manipulate that situation, okay, in favor of Lot. All right, the scripture say just Lot. All right, and the woman, she heard those instructions. She was right there when the angel gave the instructions to Lot. Told them not to look back. Okay, but what did she do? She looked back. So you can't be guided if you don't listen. Okay, we can't be guided if we don't listen. You know, we gotta fully trust in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua during these tests, man. Okay, we really gotta walk by faith and not by sight. We're not gonna, you know, see. Okay, we're not gonna understand in the moment every time what the Spirit is doing. We just gotta trust the Spirit of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, man. You know, when it tells us to move, when it tells us to be still. Okay, you gotta trust. Okay, order amongst the body. You know, that's why there gotta be a certain trust amongst the brotherhood. Okay, hey, you women, you're gonna be tested to see if you really trust your husband. All right, it's gonna be major tests. Everybody's gonna be tried. Okay, before we come into, you know, this blessing, this glory, we're gonna be tried. All right, but let's go here. Let's go here. So Yahushua, all right, he's speaking, you know, to the churches. You know, I just want to touch on a couple of points. It's Revelation 2:1. It says, unto the angel of the church of Ephesus write, these things said he that holdeth the 7 stars in his right hand, and who walketh in the midst of the 7 golden candlesticks. And it's Yahushua. All right. It says, I know thy works and thy labor and thy patience, and how thou canst not bear them which are evil, and thou hast tried them which say they are apostles and are not, and hast found them liar, and has borne and has patience, and for my name's sake has labored and has not fainted. Okay, so Yahushua starts off, you know, with, you know, commending, all right, the church, okay, of Ephesus. Okay, he's commending them. But then he goes into, all right, rebuke. You see? And that's one thing about it. The Spirit commends us in certain times, you know, whether it's through other brothers, you know, whether, you know, the Lord just show us, you know, particular favor in our day-to-day. You know, hey, the Spirit will commend us. Okay? But in the same breath, all right, the Spirit will rebuke us too. Okay? And we can't just, you know, accept the commitment, all right, and not deal with the rebuke. No, it's a balance, and that's true love. You know, that's true love. As the scriptures say, open rebuke is better than secret love. Okay, because there's a lot of things done off camera. You know, brothers look out for each other. Okay, which that's a good thing. Okay, what you call secret love, things that are not known to the masses, just things between you and that individual or you and that group, you know, things that brothers do for each other, which that's secret love. But better than secret love is open rebuke, okay? Because that rebuke it saves your life, okay? You know, rebuke, all right, and righteousness, okay, is a lifesaver, man. Okay, so reading Revelation 2:4 said, nevertheless, I have somewhat against thee, because thou hast left thy first love. Because, see, we can find ourselves, you know, just going through the motion, and we can have, you know, an active regimen in the spirit, but we really not be into it like that. You know, you just don't have, you know, that love. Like we don't have that get up and go as far as, you know, being excited about this thing, man, like we once were, you know, and we can get complacent, all right, with a with habit, you know, and not really be tapped into the spirit, not really be, involved, man. We can seem involved by a pattern, but really not be involved in the spirit, man. Okay? You can show up to practice every day in the game, and you can, average your little points, and but you really not be into it. You see? So, and that's easy to do. Okay? And I've been there a few times. Okay? To the spirit that had to check me. You have to get back to, what they call the desert man. You have to block everything out and get back, and really get into this woman, man, this wisdom. Okay? Verse 4 says, remember, therefore, from whence thou hast fallen, and repent. Okay? Repent and do the first works, or else I will come unto thee quickly, and I will remove thy candlestick out of his place, except thou repent. So there come times when the spirit will shake us up, okay, from that complacency, man. Okay, and we have to go back, I say, to that first love. Okay, that zeal that we had in the beginning, when it's all we thought about, it's all we was our whole life centered around this faith, this truth, man. Okay, and like I say, it's easy to let the truth slide out from being the center. So you keep reading, it says, but this thou hast, that thou hatest the deeds of Nicolaitans, which I also hate. He that have an ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith unto the churches. To him that overcome will I give to eat of the tree of life, which is in the midst of the paradise of the Most High. Okay? And ultimately, when we're changed, all right, you see, and we have those perfect bodies, okay? We're going to be placed back in, we're going to be planted back in Jerusalem, okay? Ruling the earth in that wisdom, man. Okay? We're going to be ruling out of the midst of the paradise, man, which is back in Israel, man. Okay? Hey, with more glory than before. You see? But it begins with us trusting in the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai now. That trust starts now. You see? Let's see, I know, brother. Brothers. My brother's probably lighting it up. Yep. Get you a couple of you brothers. All right, this is the brother Nabala GMS Virgin Island Straight Gate. It says Ecclesiastes 7:16, be not righteous over much, neither make thyself over wise. Why shouldest thou destroy thyself? And because the thing is, we don't want to be, too righteous, because that can be a detriment. I don't want to be over righteous, doing too much. Because see, one thing I noticed too, there's a thin line with being confident and proud. There's a thin line in between being disciplined and being hard-headed. It's a thin line between these things. Okay? There's a thin line between being diligent, all right, and doing too much. Okay? Now, of course, we can never go too far. Like, nothing we do can never satisfy the reward that we're going to get. Okay? But the Spirit is teaching us balance. Okay? In all things. So, you go back, verse 17, it says, "Be not over much wicked, neither be thou foolish. Why shouldest thou doubt before thy time?" Yeah, so, because, a lot of times that over righteous precept will come out, but then we also got to read verse 17 as well, say, "Be not over wicked," because we're not here to be, too laxed in the spirit, to where pretty much we're not conquering the flesh, because a idleness, is what they say, is the devil's playground. Okay, so we don't want to be doing too much in the world, too involved and too entangled in the world, man, and get caught out there, and get out of rhythm. So it's a balance, you don't want to be over righteous, okay, making bad decisions, trying to be perfect, okay, putting yourself in bad situations trying to be perfect, all right, but we don't want to, all right, get too loose to where we don't have any structure. You see, we don't have any, boundaries. You see, so going from there, all right, this is 1 Corinthians 6:20. Well, I started at 19. This is the brother Nabala again. It says, "What?" It's 1 Corinthians 6:19. "What? Know ye not that your body is the temple of the Holy Spirit which is in you, okay, which you have of the Most High, and ye are not your own." Yeah, see, we don't belong to us. That's why the little interest that we had in this world, man, damn that. Okay, this place is done. These people are finished, man. You see, well, I should be single. Okay, you got little things you do here and there, man, but that should be diminishing. And Yahweh Shai should be on the increase. You see, because we are not our own. Okay, we don't belong to ourselves. All right, we don't belong to our family. We belong to Yahweh Shai. Now Yahweh Shai, he sets it up to where we can take care of our situation. He gives us the resources needed to manage our situation. Okay, but we can't be wrapped up in nothing outside of Yahweh Shai. We can deal, but we can't be wrapped up, entangled in nothing outside of Yahweh Shai, man. Okay, because Yahweh Shai is requiring more availability from his men. Okay, and that's for our sake, for the times we're coming into, man. Okay, verse 20 said, "For you are bought with a price, therefore glorify the Most High in your body and in your spirit, which are the Most High's," man. And we was given this body to do this, man. To be about the Father and the Son's business. Just as Yahweh Shai was about the Father's business, we about the Father and the Son's business, man. Okay? This is why we was woken up. This is why the Lord put these spirits in these bodies, was to eventually become all about this, man. Okay? And that's what the Spirit, is just letting brothers know, man. Like, man, it's like, really, you call this thing like consolidation. We really should be in consolidation mode. Let's get that word, consolidation. I say each brother, according to their circumstance, and applying these things looks different to each brother in their situation. But what is consolidation? All right. That's consolation. All right. So to consolidate, and I want to get the definition too. And it says to combine a number of things into a single, more effective, of coherent whole. Okay? So like when we start to consolidate, it's pretty much taking away moving parts. If we consolidate our life, we pretty much start to get rid of all these moving parts and bring everything into one as much as possible, man. Because you look at this society, these people are full of all these moving parts. They got so much shit going on, being pulled in so many directions. But the spirit, is speaking to brothers now, to be in the spirit to consolidate, man, to really, cut out the excess, the extra, man. And that's part of a sacrifice, man. It's all part of our sacrifice. As we get closer and closer, to the time of judgment, okay, we need to be closer and closer to Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai, okay, and understand, hey, what the Spirit, is saying to the churches, man, okay. So, yeah, that's the point. Just wanted to harp on that. Lord will, you brothers, all right, and you sisters edified, man. The Spirit, it's talking more and more. The Spirit is getting louder. It's being more direct. It's being more specific. And ultimately, it's going to guide us. The Spirit of Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai is going to guide us through this thing, man. It's going to manage us through Jacob's trouble. We just have to submit and trust. All right. So, Lord will, you brothers. All right, and you sisters edified. Till next time I say Shalom. Kwam Yashala, Bible Ball soon. Shalom.